From NBC5, this is NBC5 News Today at 6.
People taken by an IRS scam this week. Coming up next, we look at how you can protect yourself from becoming a victim of identity theft.
Well, identity theft has become a huge problem over the past few months. First, there were those 110 million consumers who were affected by the hacking involving Target and Neiman Marcus. And then just this week, there's a scam where people said they were the IRS and scammed nearly $1 million from unsuspected taxpayers. So we brought in Scott Merrit. He's the author of Identity Theft Do's and Don'ts to Help Protect Yourself. And Scott, you know about this firsthand. You were actually falsely arrested at an airport. Is that right? After someone stole your identity?
Absolutely. It took me several years to get that falsehood off my record, and it's quite an ordeal, and that's why I wrote the book, is so people don't go through what I went through, because it took me almost 7 years to get my life back.
That is really scary when you think about how much we do online these days. What are your tips? What is your advice for people? You know, we have 2 minutes here. Break it down for us.
Well, number one thing is you want to make sure you only use one version of your name and your address. Any deviation from that is the breeding grounds for fraud.
Okay.
Same thing with, and I mean, ridiculously levels. Using the word road versus RD period, because you got to remember these are databases. Another one is photocopy everything in your wallet, front and back. You want to make sure you do that. You want to only use one phone number for all financial matters.
Okay, use all of that. Keep that very consistent. Tell us about your passwords. We all know so many people have accounts online, and you really do need to change those passwords.
Absolutely. At a minimum, and again, you want to vary it up. You don't want to do it on the same pattern every time, but at least every 90 days.
Okay, every 90 days, change it and make it different with the numbers, the letters, all those different characters.
Yeah, the characters, absolutely.
Okay, so what else? Protecting your banking information. How do you go about that?
Number one thing is limit the access to your banking information. What I mean by that is use electronic bill pay rather than using a check, because your account number and everything's right on your check.
Okay.
Another one is you want to make sure that when you're using your banking information, when you walk into the teller, don't announce your account numbers and social security numbers, or whatever. Have them on a written piece of paper and take them with you, and then destroy them as you're walking to the car.
As you're walking to the car. Another thing you said is keep track of your purchases. Don't just rely on your credit card statement as to kind of your tally for the month. You want to keep track of them yourself.
Absolutely, and what you want to do with that is write them down on a sheet of paper. I actually, on the website, have a free tracker that they can track all that on at ScottyMerrit.com. They actually have a quiz and everything, and I actually walk people all through that free of charge.
Okay, all right. Another good advice. One more thing: don't carry around your social security card and your birth certificate.
Yeah, absolutely, and more importantly, you got to make sure they match, because it's very common for people to put only their middle initial or a different variation from their social security card on their driver's license. They need to match.
It would be the same.
Yep.
Okay, a lot of it is just streamlining it and being efficient, and also just taking these steps to protect yourself.
Yeah, if they go to ScottyMerrit.com, I actually give them all of the tools in there to follow, and they can literally clean up their identity in probably 30 to 45 days.
Okay, very good news. Thank you very much, Scott Merrit. We do appreciate it. And you can get a link to Scott's website from our website. Just go to NBCChicago.com and search keywords identity theft. Michelle, we'll send it over to you.
Some good tips we all need to remember. Lauren, thank you.